ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Mangru, hello, hello, hello.
And I guess that Pusha has said, allies and Soviets of every single stripe, because today on Slutsk East, we have ourselves a rather unique matchup. Rang, who is fighting and what are they bringing?
It really is. So, on the left-hand side in blue, we have Shaun playing his 3rd Canadian Infantry Division with a balanced income. And on the right-hand side, we have Ghasper playing as the 9th Yard Cavalry Division with a Vanguard income.
I'm not sure why you were so shocked by him. Gaspar, he's a friendly Soviet.
Oh, he's a friendly, so... Okay, that's good to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, exactly. But the Canadians on the Eastern Front. So I know they don't take a debuff penalty because of snow, but what's going to go on here?
Yeah, it's a really interesting matchup. And you guys cannot complain that this is like a mirror matchup type thing. They're technically different. But anyway, I'm really looking forward to see how it goes, because they're both kind of mechanized. They both have lots of Shermans. They both have lots of infantry. It's pretty decent. I want to give a tip it a little bit more towards the Canadian side, as they have, like, the Firefly tanks and heavier AT, which helps out, especially in this southern sector, which is just a giant open field that's ready to be, you can
Rush.
die in. Yeah, rust and get blown up in. But this town fight's definitely going to be a very interesting fight. I mean, looking at it, both sides are definitely deploying quite a lot. We even got a DD Sherman, and this is a map where a DD Sherman can be really useful.
Actually, really insane, right?
Yeah, you got you can just cross river wherever you so please. But yeah, I just think it's going to be a real major push over the northern town, and probably a little bit more quiet down south, just looking at initial deployment.
Yeah, and what's more, I mean, we have the M42 and the 76-2 from the Russian side. We know how those guys can do. We know what the guns can do, and they'll be rather devastating if any kind of rush, like you said. But actually, now I'm thinking about it, no, these are technically white trucks. So if the shade slower than those Jeeps, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, they look pretty green, I don't know why I call them right.
Wow. Because
Sorry.
of the drivers. This politically incorrect humor brought to you by Khan. In the meantime, though, so we are going to see, like you said, a big sustained rush from the north. Those DDs, well, there's 4Ds, so they're looking pretty big over there, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
But also Kazakhs with PPSHs going in, so the early town fight, how's that going to go? Because we have defense squads, we have rifle leaders, we got a lot of different random garbage. So what's going to happen there?
The Canadian stuff is more spammable, in a sense. You just kind of spam riflemen and those defense friend group things, and they do stuff. The Soviets definitely have the better infantry, like the Kazaki SVTs and like all the other Kazakh troops. But I think in terms of if this comes down to an attrition warfare match, and if Ghasper can't get like initial early breakthrough, he's gonna have a hard time later on, because you get a shit ton of rifles per card.
Want to make a quick note. There's a Mozzie out there, and he is desperately trying to save these rifle squads. But as it is, the Staghound has already been taken out, bailed out, and then completely crushed in the south. Unsurprisingly, not a lot of quick anti-air, but there are a couple MCHAs down south as well, so this could be pretty bad for the Canadians pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, if Ghasper realizes this, knock out the rifleman, he could potentially start moving down south, as he will have the stuff to do it. Just be whether or not Shaun will get anything to counter. He is bringing in Staghound down south to try and help deal with this push. But once his Shermans come on the field, it's probably not going to be the best place for Staghound to be.
Well, he's just chilling for the moment. Looks like 6-pounder. The 6-pounder he brought into the north. It's kind of an interesting call. Oh, that's why.
Wolverines!
Tank platoon. That's going to be brutal.
Yep.
In the meantime, apparently only the Canadians can prevent forest fires as well. But not easily. They're going to take some really nasty casualties doing it.
Yeah, that's a real ballsy move a little bit from Gas with that Sherman push, as he doesn't really have any infantry, or he has a recon unit covering it, so that's actually, never mind, that's actually pretty decent. Hopefully for him it works out, because he's hitting right into the flank of Shaun's forces. Having some infantry maybe in front just to help capture that town, just to rest would help out, because all they can really do with these tank forces is to secure the hill.
I also want to note that the Soviet ace Ivan Nikitovich Kuzhedub is on the map. Whoever the heck that is, I am completely and totally absent any knowledge in terms of Soviet air power.
Yep.
But up north, in the meantime, the Sherman tanks are getting awfully close to that forest, the double Ds. So I'm a little
Oh yeah.
concerned about them because it's not really want to be when we have RPG grenades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the
We're still-
rifleman falling back. That's not the best call.
No, it's not. Now we do have a 2S coming to the north, but unfortunately, the Bofors that should be trying to cover that is going after. No, it's not even going after Ivan, so he's not really doing a whole lot.
Oh. Yeah, LA7 versus Mosquito. What a peculiar dogfight, and the LA7 gets the kill.
I wasn't even watching. I was looking at more at the Wolverines coming in. But the bombing run to the north has completely pinned down Shaun's first line. And not a moment too soon, actually, when all is said and done, because Ghasper is down 14-10.
Yeah, I think that's really yeah, I think the southern flank is definitely hurting him in that regard, as Shaun has been to, capture a few sneaky flags all the way down south. Just some well-placed riflemen.
Well, that's going to shift back the other direction pretty damn quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Superiors and Kazakh with SVTs. Gonna seal that pretty quickly. Meanwhile, a big rifle push to the north. That's an interesting call. I would have thought he would have put more forces down south.
Yeah. Even though Ghasper is losing in terms of flags, it does feel like he has the momentum advantage as he is slowly whittling away his northern flank. For now, I mean, those riflemen are going to come in and secure the sector, but Gasper's just pouring in Sherman after Sherman after Sherman and 2-star runs at that, so he's really getting the high quality tanks.
Well, I'm actually kind of interested to see how this 6-pounder starts to try to engage these vehicles.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And also, let's not kid ourselves. In many ways, Ghasper should be crushing this early game. He's at a 40-point economy advantage. He's got much better attack, and Sherman after Sherman does get blown up by the 6-pounder. So
yeah. 6-pounders are scary, man. They're just scary to go up against.
there we go. At long last, rifles and a Sherman DD come to the south, and I don't think there's any. There's technically no anti-tank to the south.
No, not really. No. So it's gonna be, our flank's gonna flip under Shaun's control again. But yeah, it's still looking pretty even, honestly. Like, Shaun has managed to slow down Gasper's momentum, and that's good for him because he has the attrition advantage.
In the meantime, first artillery comes onto the field in the form of the Su-76. Osnats and Sapiri coming in to support that northern forest push. Can't help but feel might be better to load up in the center and try to rupture that. I.e. where that Kazakh squad's coming in right around that kind of south-central area.
Oh yeah. Try to get the open ground.
T-70 goes down, 6-pounder continues to kill. Meanwhile, to the north, another 6-pounder is starting to go after the Shermans down the street. Definitely a rather harsh neighborhood. Wouldn't want to be raising my kids in that town.
No, it seems a little bit too violent, It's probably those video games they play.
Exactly. But in any case, down south you're back to 12-12. Like you said, control that point. You control quite a bit of territory.
What I'm really surprised from both players is that they're actually taking a lot of 2-star veterancy units. You're seeing a lot of 2-star infantry, 2-star tanks, AT guns, etc. It's not something you see all that often because that high veterancy really hinders your availability like quite a bit. So, I don't know, it just changes things up.
Now, I'm fascinated more about the fact that T-70, I think, got a kill on one of those Wolverines. It might have been the T-70. I don't think it was the Sherman.
I don't know. I know it blew up.
Please. Oh, yeah. So I realized that as well. It's like there were 3 Wolverines over there. I know he's got 3 movies. And our old friend, the AVRE's coming on in as well. It's that 290 HE spigot motor. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. That'd be definitely useful in the town fight. Just as long as it doesn't run into you. Hey, even if she runs into the Shaman, she has enough armor. He'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure. What could possibly kill him?
Cluster bombs.
Oh, so many things. The Double Ds to the north both got taken out, I think, by RPGs. There's also a Zook up there in the forest as well, those Osnats. I don't think we see them often enough.
No, we don't. Yeah. They're pretty cool because, like I said, just like a Ranger Marauder squad, Russian. But having a bazooka is pretty. I'd like to have a bazooka, Khan. Like, if someone came up to me right now and be like, "Hey, Rang, here's a bazooka," I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." Stick it
What kind
under
of
my bed.
neighborhood do you live in?
Uh, one Ray might need a bazooka.
Dude, moose are not that big. Actually, that's complete bullshit. I know that moose are huge.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we had a rather lightly armored mosquito trying to fly like a butterfly and suck blood like a mosquito.
Yeah.
Might even see the death of Ivan Nikitovich over here.
Oh,
Yep,
damn. Yep.
Ivan Nikitovich goes down to ground fire, so ignoble death for the noble Soviet hero. I'd say as if I have any idea who he is.
Yeah, those both guns can be real deadly, man. Especially in a freestyle, like I said, the veterancy on these guys is great. I mean, there's also the commander helping out. But yeah,
That's true.
it's just
But
crazy seeing all these stars.
the 6 pounder to the north, though, you were seeing it in full action when he's engaging that Sherman coming forward. We would have 2 or 3 shots from the 6 pounder to, basically one of that Sherman. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. Six pounder is like a small caliber AT gun fire rate, but with a medium caliber penetration characteristics.
I am desperately amused by the fact that we have a Tushka and a ZSU right next to each other.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
But we're going to be the phase B any second. I'm sorry, sir. Please go ahead.
No, it's just things are starting to quiet down quite a bit. Like, the crazy initial rushes have all been blunted, and both sides are just building up their forces.
Yep. Enough for nothing, but Shaun has put those Wolverines, he's kind of spreading out, putting his eggs in more basket than one,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. Wolverines are solitary creatures. I know they don't play very well together.
Yep, and also helps out Ninth Cossack. Not a lot of heavy armor. It's really just going to be Shermans that you're going to be up against. And in a defensive position, those Wolverines have a pretty good shot at knocking out those Shermans in the open ground. I really think it'd be in Shaun's best interest and try to push this middle and southern side. He has a long range advantage with his division.
I would agree with you, except for things like this gun behind the front lines. We have another
Oh yeah.
M42 being brought in, so I agree with you on a lot of that. I would say with the proviso that we have more artillery.
You can never have enough artillery, Khan, so
That's true.
let's go with that.
That's true. But where's the... Okay, our friend the AVRE is coming up towards the forest, so I cannot help but wonder if he's going to try to engage there as well. M-Trot opens up on that Humber, and the Humber, as much as I love it, gets completely nerfed.
He's been very humbled.
Ooh, and Wolverine goes down from that same damn Zisk
Oh,
that I was
damn.
talking about.
That's a sneaky spot now for this.
Well, the funny thing is that Wolverine was engaging a Sherman
Hmm.
and got a good kill, but just wasn't really enough to get the true kill. The real death.
True death.
Exactly.
A 6 pounder bailed out Sherman right where this gun is, so getting a little bit of revenge in some indirect form.
Now we didn't mention a T-34 rush that's happening to the north as well, but we have almost a full platoon coming in there.
Oh,
But I think you're right. I think this is a moment where Ghasper is kind of realizing that he kind of maybe overextended himself in too many different areas. I think, like you said, we are seeing that tentative buildup.
mm-hmm. He really needs to, timing is not on his side. He really needs to try and make a breakthrough somewhere, anywhere, to start, taking down that point advantage.
True. True. Is this gun, in the meantime, is going to start engaging on that poor infantry that's rushing down the hillside? I keep waiting to see the AVRE begin to line up its first barrage here.
Same. So bloody slow,
Oh my god, we're going to see a Piat kill? Nope, never mind.
Ah!
The turret's stuck.
God damn it. So rare we get to see a Piat kill.
It certainly is. Elsewhere, another TU2. Yep, another TU2S comes on, and that guy, he's looking to pick up that infantry, which is good. If he can get that, if he can clear away the infantry, I would say that AVRE is pretty much toast.
Yeah, we got the 45mm moving up into position. That's gonna be a good bombing run, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna hit a lot. Yep.
AVRE is completely unscathed, Joe. He doesn't care.
Yeah, but I guess you look at the size of him and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
dude, that's a shit ton.
Just look at the mass on that guy. It's an absolute unit.
Ooh, he's hit. The stars are aligning.
Here we go.
He's looking for infantry. Oh, never mind.
Ah.
Stars are aligning again.
Oh.
Never mind. God darn it.
Well, come on, we gotta see a big kaboom. Goes. Shoot.
Fire the trash bin already.
Oh.
There we go.
Thank you. There we go.
That was
yeah.
rather underwhelming.
Yeah, it's not as good as it was in SC-44, unfortunately.
By the way, there's a big rush of Kazakhs coming to the north of PPSHs, so I think we are going to see their intentions kind of shouted from the rooftops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if only against rifle squads, they're gonna have a pretty good time. They have a CQC advantage if they can get in close. It's always the issue with SMG squads.
Meanwhile, we are also seeing the T-34s to the north are engaging and actually have taken out that leader Sherman.
Yeah, T-34 is getting a little bit pinned down now, it seems.
Yes. Well, one of them is. There's still another one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. We have that amusing moment where the Shermans are trying to engage each other, and yet somehow a crew gets killed on the opposite flank. Life makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I can really feel like Ghasper, he's starting to throw everything in now, trying to make a big push happen. It's really going to come down to his next few minutes or so, whether he's going to be able to try and seal the deal.
Yeah, that's not going to mean diddly squat, because we have 6 tanks on the field already, another 2 Shermans coming in as well, and they're all converging on the northern flank.
That's a lot of Shermans.
There's some Wolverines at the smattering in there. Yep, here come the Kazakhs coming in, and that's probably the best chance he has. If he can take that town, he can make it certainly very, very difficult to be taken back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, like you said, that's just so many tanks you have to deal with as Cossacks. And the one problem with 9th Cav is you don't have a lot of great anti-tank units. Even medium tanks, such as the Shermans, can prove to be a real pain in the ass to deal with.
It is kind of funny to see a couple of the new Shermans coming on in having broken tracks already. It's almost like they're like tigers. And I say that with a little bit of tear in my eye. Basically, though, can the tanks get in close enough to support the Canadian infantry against the Kazakhs quickly enough? Right now, they are throwing tennis balls off that freaking Sherman.
EPS-8 squads are getting in closer.
There we go. Ooh, but the Bofors are actually completely neglected to remember the Bofors, so... Nope, they're not engaging, it's a Sherman.
Yes, yeah, Shaun. I mean, both sides are just using that, like, southern hill of the town to provide fire support.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's some diagonal crossfire going on here.
T-34 is helping out. Long range against a Sherman. It's not gonna work out all that great, unfortunately. And the average slowly moving up. You might get zooked here by the Osnaz. That'd be a little bit embarrassing.
Transmission damaged, yeah.
There we go, he's lining.
Yep.
Zooktacular.
You know, we have, oh my gosh. Oh, I thought we were going to have a guy trying to sprint across the bridge, but he's going to get himself killed.
Yeah. Yeah, and that person Ghasper just kind of faded out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many tanks. Too many tanks.
I feel like it's one of those Call of Duty levels, and like back in like the original World War II one, where you're like, oh my god, you're getting McGregor to get artillery fire down and stuff like that. And,
no, grenades are spawning at your feet.
Yes, yes, and it doesn't matter how many times you camp that spawn. There's always 1.5 billion guys coming out.
Yeah, and they just keep infinitely respawning until you move up, but you don't want to move up because they keep infinitely respawning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like you know.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, we actually have this rifle push, which is kind of interesting because you would think the Kazakhs, even with shorter range material, should have a nice firepower increase here. But I think it's more the Sherman being, supporting fire, doing more damage than the actual PPSHs.
Yeah, that's really what it's coming down to, it seems. And it's just a lot of rifles. This overwhelming amount of firepower.
Just one by one, they get killed.
Hmm.
Just like those tanks. Wow, the T-34s I really thought would be much more durable than what they are.
Yeah, they're only the 1943 models, unfortunately, so the Shermans actually have a pretty good shot of going through their rather thin armor.
Also, 25 pounder being brought on in. I'm having flashbacks to like ST2, excuse me, to KO2 rather.
Mm-hmm.
I also just have to appreciate all these sources of fire at this brave MSHA, who under any other circumstance would be embracing these Canadians in friendship.
Must be really confusing for both sides. Like, hey, he's in a Sherman. Which one?
Does it have Cyrillic on it?
I can't tell.
Drive closer.
Oh.
But geez, at one by one, they come onto the field, and one by one, they get sent back in pieces.
Yeah, this is... At this point, Shaun just has overwhelming tank advantage. It seems just the critical mass of tanks, and Ghasper just doesn't have any real AT on the field. He's just buying more Shermans, but he can't out Sherman the Canadian Shermans because they have too many Shermans and Wolverines.
Well, they were closer to the market, man.
Exactly.
I guess I'm almost upset too that there we go. We're seeing a big Russian column coming in from the south. Tons of Kazakhs. Yep. A bit of an extended rush looking for those rifles in the back. I don't think they know about the Wolverine.
Probably
or
not.
the Sherman DD.
Probably not. Is he smoking? Oh, he's smoking. He's gonna smoke the road so his guys can get through. I like it. This could actually work.
Except the Wolverine is above it.
Yeah, and okay, he's got some T-34s now. Too bad he doesn't have like any more Zis guns to bring down south, because that's what he really needs. He needs some Zis 2s and Zis 3s. I believe he get. I don't think he gets Zis. I think he might get Zis 2s. Anyway.
Also, wait, not for nothing. I feel it's a little broken when your infantry gets shelled in a house in close combat and doesn't take any morale damage. That needs to be changed.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I know. It's not like friendly fire for stuff. With direct fire weapons, like you take friendly fire with artillery, but if you're a Canadian rifleman and an Avra shoots at you, it's like nothing happened. You know, just brush it off. Oh, look, it's a Mozzie run down south.
He's completely whiffing, but he's not even looking for that. I thought he was going to look for the road.
Same here, but
that could have been devastating.
Yeah, the smoke's a little bit dispersed in a sense, but at least it's some smoke. I do appreciate just seeing, smoke use. And are the Kazakhs going to get into the town?
Oh, yeah, close. Definitely.
Yeah.
The question is how many of them. So the Wolverine should be able to get 1 or 2 kills, a couple of ranging shots here. Wow, he's just completely whiffing on everything.
There we go. This is the type of push that you should be doing as 9th Cavalry. There we go. And Shaun's going to be responding in kind of a Firefly, a bunch of infantry guys.
I'm trying to look at this. Yeah, I think he'll get there just in time to stop the bleeding, but it's not going to be easy. This is that moment when I took those 25 pounders to the north, and I aim down.
Yeah. Yeah. And that Firefly is just going to be... It's nothing Ghasper can do against that Firefly. That's just going to eat up all the Sherman, MSHs, and T-34s down south.
I'm trying to take the Canadian view from a second here. So after the Mozzie run, we are going to see a 37 mil that does show being brought on in. There's probably a good call. But the rifles are getting picked off one by one. I guess, though, we did say before that when we have the rifle squads The PPSH is you can't kill what you can't hit, and right now we're seeing that being put forth in kind of harsh detail.
Yep, yep. And if your riflemen aren't good, you've got tanks to support them, and that's what you have to do as Canadians and Scotch. Your infantry is just here to get shot at. Your tanks are the ones that do the killing.
Kind of a sobering thought being in a foot slogger then.
Yeah.
Almost as sobering as trying to crawl across that field as you have 30 guys firing rifles at you, but, tomato, tomato.
Yeah, yeah.
To the north, in the meantime, the town is almost exclusively in Canadian hands. As tanks rumble down the street in a line 4 abreast, with their Wolverine mixed in.
There's just so many tanks up north. It's for the Canadians. It's ridiculous. They're like volley firing now. They killed the Su-76.
Freaking terrifying, dude. Like, I'd be pissing my pants.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, it's just the major issue with 9th Cav. You just do not have good AT. And Shermans are really annoying tanks to kill.
Yep. But the one place where the Russians are still... Oh, never mind. I thought you were going to be able to say they're still holding the hillside, but that is not true.
No.
We even have a platoon of tanks, actually a reinforced platoon coming around this hillside as well, so this would be absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
This is unfortunate to watch because Ghasper, while he's not been playing a perfect game, of course, he has been supremely competitive, I would argue.
Yeah, he's been trying to get that aggressive nature and make those moves, make those plays. That Southern Post really speaks volumes for that. But he just can't deal with the tanks. He can't deal with the AT. This is a bit of a tough. It's a tough matchup and also a tough map for Ghasper, to be entirely honest. If he had like a division with T-3045s or even ISUs, if we're going to get extreme here, he'd probably have a little bit of a better time. But right now, Shaun has just been able to build up a massive tank force and out Sherman the Russian Shermans.
I guess gotta go back down to the south again to watch this just mass. These are guys with rifles, for the record. See how many sources of fire are going on each of these squads. 1, 2, 3. What, 6? Is that 3 or 4 to 1? And the numbers get longer and longer every second.
Yep.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, you get like a really silly amount of rifles per card with the Canadians and Scotch. It's like 12 in A phase, 24 in B phase, and then 36 in C phase for like completed.
Mozzie, in the meantime, tries to clean up that bulge, but it appears that Ghasper is still happy to see Shaun at least a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm not gonna say this is the end, but this is certainly not the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's coming down to 15-9. Want to take it to times 2?
Sure. Let's do that at 2620. 3, 2, 1, and times 2.
There we go. Because I think we all know who's going to win this match at this point.
Yeah, but it's so much fun actually seeing the Canadians being in this game.
I know. I have a soft spot for them for obvious reasons, but
A soft spot or a hard spot?
well,
Hey.
when I when I think about them, it's soft. Or when I see it in action, I get a bit hard.
In the meantime, I'm just looking at there's 8 rifles being brought on in, and just they're all over the freaking place. As Muzzie's coming in, and are we seeing? Oh, okay, the LA-7 is trying to get some damage done there, but the Bofors will definitely send him away, crying pretty quickly.
Yep. Yeah, we just have like infantry and tank spam galore. So many goddamn riflemen.
Yeah.
Rifles here, rifles, yeah.
It's
rifles bloody everywhere.
It's like an airstats troop and it actually works.
Yeah, it's... I'm not even gonna argue.
Even the Bren Gun, the Bren Gun. Even
Bren
the
Gun.
Bren Gun can do something occasionally.
Mm-hmm. And just, a bunch... I think Lee Einfields have a slightly faster fire rate compared to, like, Kar 98s and Mozins.
I don't know, but I trust you. Another Firefly to the north, actually two Fireflies, a couple more Bofors being brought on in to get, say, oh, the LA-7s? Yeah, we don't want to see them ever again around these parts. And down south we have Badushka, an Oknemachiki, a Kazakh who's going to be very, very pissed off as his wooded home gets overrun by those blue squatters. Kills the first one, but there's still 6 more squads.
Mm-hmm.
Hero of the Soviet Union, territory?
Jesus Christ.
Maybe?
Mozzie just came in and completely nuked a 37mm AA gun.
Honestly too busy watching just the rifle spam. Just
Yep.
put out so much firepower, I thought it was MGs for a second. Yeah. Yeah, 18 to 6. The writing was on the wall, I would say, right about the 15 or 16 minute mark. But, regardless, well played by Shaun. Ghasper, dude, I was holding out hope. I thought the 9th Cav could turn it around, but that daring push to the south did not quite materialize.
Yeah, just couldn't deal with the tanks.
It certainly could not. Zis guns in the meantime in the south, a couple of Mozzies are coming on in, looking for the anti-air guns, taking one out, taking out the 57 mil. Not enough to save that Firefly. But they're his, the price will be paid in blood pretty quickly. I really can't get over these freaking rifles.
Man.
They've been living so long, they're out of all Lee Enfield, they're out of all Bren, they have 300 rounds of static gun ammo, and then that's it.
And now they've been bombed. But they're still kicking.
Exactly. I mean, at this point, all they do is just walk point and take some shots every now and again. Man alive. And there we go. There we go. That's a knockout blow being done.
Jesus Christ, the KD.
Wow.
Jesus. I think that's a lot towards the end. Yeah.
Yeah, not a whole lot to really kind of, brag about from the Russians. There is one 6-pounder, Marchand, who certainly marshaled himself all over the field. Was that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 vehicles in an infantry squad?
Not even surprised.
Jeez. There's one Wolverine who's got 4 MCHAs. Unfortunately, Harold is not with him. Vashon, a couple infantry. Yeah, this is...
Yep. It's a lot of kills.
Really, I'm not going to belabor the point. Shaun definitely massed himself where he needed to go and pulled out the victory at the end.
Yeah, indeed he did. Just good old attrition warfare.
Yes, sir. Well, with that in mind, folks, if you like what you see, of course, as always, leave a comment below the videos. And write any final pearls of wisdom for the fine folks out in the field.
It'd be pretty cool if, like, the Cossacks actually had, like, cavalry. And they could, like, do cavalry charges, Move around.
Cossacks have cavalry in one mini game, and one war game, and one war game alone, and there's nothing close to this.
That's a shame.
Yes, it is. But you know what, guys? Until the next time, until then, I'm sure Eugene says nay. And until next time, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangaroo, take it easy.